Hey guys, Briefly here, and this video is basically kind of like a follow-up video to my March 2013 prediction ban list, or not ban list, but meta prediction. Basically, what I've been noticing is that they've been bringing out monsters that have the effects of banned cards in them, or limited cards, or whatever. Tsukiyomi is an exception to the rule because Tsukiyomi existed before Book of Moon got limited. But okay, so I'll use that as an example, kind of a stepping stone, and then show you what I'm talking about. So Book of Moon got limited to 1, and Book of Moon is a powerful card. It's very offensive and defensive, lets you do a lot of things, gives you a lot of options. So they limited Book of Moon to 1, and then they brought back Tsukiyomi off the ban list. Tsukiyomi is Book of Moon on a monster, so it makes basically. It gives you another Book of Moon, so you have 2 Book of Moons now. You have Tsukiyomi and Book of Moon. But Tsukiyomi is slower, so it takes away your, it's not as fast or as good as Book of Moon, but it's a monster. So, the advantage that it has is that at least you put a body on the board. You keep getting to use Book of Moon over every turn, but you have to sacrifice your summon, basically, or your normal summon. So, is that worth it? Probably not to a lot of people. I think Tsukiyomi is a good card, or it's a great card, but just hasn't really found its place yet in the meta. Okay, so now we have Grand Soil in Return of the Duelist. Grand Soil is a secret rare monster. You have to. It's akin to Dad in the aspect of it has to be special summon when you have 5 Earth monsters in the graveyard, whereas Dad has 3. Dark monsters, but it's along those lines that you have to have exactly 5 Earth. You could have anything else. Your graveyard could be full of 97 other elements. As long as there's 5 Earth monsters in there, you're good. He has Monster Reborn built into him, and basically, if you spam the board, let's say you have 2 Grand Soils, you can bring out 2 more monsters from either player's graveyard, and then bring out 1 more guy or whatever. Okay, so the reason I brought that up is because Mulan Glace, the water version, well, he's called Mulan Glacial in America, but I like Mulan Glace a little better. But anyway, Mulan Glace is Delinquent Duo, and Delinquent Duo says you pick a card from your opponent's hand, and then they pick a card from their hand and discard them. Okay, so Mulan Glace does the same thing, except now it's random. So you pick a random card, or your opponent randomly discards 2 cards. So you're gonna pick 2 cards, whatever, and then and that's it. And then his effect though states that his effect can only be used once per turn. So if you spam the board with 2 Mulan Glaces, you're only gonna get 1 Mulan Glace effect, which is good. That's really balanced, and I really like that. The Konami had the foresight to go, okay, you know what? The situations are there where you can get, you could have 2 of this guy in your hand or cheat him to your hand somehow or whatever. Oh, let me play Gold Sark. Okay, by the time that Gold Sark goes off, my graveyard has 5 water monsters in it or whatever, etc. So spamming him isn't that hard to do, and especially if you go spam, hit those 2 cards, spam, hit those 2 cards, game essentially. Because I mean, unless your opponent has some massive board presence, you just pretty much locked them out. Now they have to draw a dark hole or something. Really something they have to draw into an out. Puts them in a top decking situation. So they revealed Pompeii, and Pompeii is Ring of Destruction. Ring of Destruction is a banned card. Delinquent Duo is a banned card. Monster Reborn was a banned card. Okay, so you see the kind of cycle going on here. Basically, it looks like they're bringing back banned spell and trap cards in monster form as the Elemental Lord's effects. And so Ring of Destruction is a very powerful card. It gives you OTK capacity. You could go, whatever, hit for something really big, bring out Pompeii, blow it up, that's game. And I mean, Lavels can put 5 dudes in the graveyard first turn, really easy. And then, it's unfair that they can do it so quickly, that they can. And it's not. I'm not saying that them filling their graveyard quickly is unfair. The fact that they can put a Quasar on the board is unfair. The fact that they can put any big thing on the board and then go attack. If you have an answer, okay, cool. Let me bring out Pompeii, blow up Quasar. You just took whatever. Yeah, so it's really cool. I mean, not cool. It's crazy that they're making these monsters. So my prediction for the wind one, I don't know what he's going to be called, is probably going to be Giant Trinade. Giant Tornado is banned unless they bring Giant Tornado back by March. Um, he'll probably be Giant Tornado, or he'll be like some kind of a thing where all monsters go back to the hands or something like that, which would be crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna say he's probably going to be Giant Tornado, which would give cards, some cards playability like Rebound. They came out Rebound. If an opponent were to add a monster card back to your hand, you get to discard. You negate that and discard a card from their hand instead, or destroy a monster that they control instead. And so that's kind of cool. You could use that against whatever, the wind guy. So yeah, I mean, like, it's crazy. And then, like, I don't know if they would make a Light and a Dark one, because Light and Dark is the most popular elements in the game. Light and Dark, if they made a Light and a Dark one, I mean, they would have to be balanced as all hell. I mean, like, Kuraz and then the actual Dark Monarch, I don't remember the Dark Monarch's name. It had kind of lackluster effects. I mean, the Dark one's okay, but Kuraz would destroy up to 2 cards, and then the controller of those 2 cards draws 2 cards. So, I mean, like, that isn't really that great, especially if you're targeting your opponent. So, let me blow up your 2 back row. Now draw 2 cards. It's like, why would you ever want to do that? So, hopefully when they make the light ones, they're not too broken, but they're also not unplayable. I mean, I doubt that they would even make super unplayable light and dark ones, but I mean, like, that would be crazy if they even made light and dark ones. That would be like a dangerous road to follow down, because we saw how powerful Dad was. You saw how powerful JD was. Light ray monsters are pretty crazy. I mean, like, so we'll see how that goes. But my prediction for the win guy is Giant Tornado, because that's that fits perfectly. The banned card, so Monster Reborn was banned. Well, they probably designed these before the ban list came out. So Monster Reborn was banned. Delinquent Duo was banned. Ring of Destruction is banned. Oh, the win one could be Harpies also, but that would be like really broken. So anyway, so like Harpies or Trinade could be the win one. The light one could be Raigeki. For all we know, the light one could be Raigeki, and the dark one could be some craziness. I don't know, but I mean, like, there you go. So that's the video. They're bringing back monsters that have. I mean, they're bringing out monsters that have banned card effects. What do you think the wind? In the comment section below, tell me what you think the wind monster will be. Will it be Harpies? Will it be Giant Tornado, or will it be something else? Will it be along the lines of Phoenix Wing Wind Blast and just send monsters to the top of the deck, like a Super Riser or something, just like up to 3 monsters or something like that? And do you think that they'll bring out a Light and a Dark monster, or do you think that they'll kind of like, maybe we don't want to do that? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Hit the subscribe button to see when I put out new videos, and thanks for watching.